Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what is honestly one of the most mind-bending truths about your daily existence. We tend to walk through the world just assuming we're these solitary, totally independent beings. But the reality we're unpacking today, it's kind of shocking. Your body, your hunger, those sudden cravings you get, and even your shifting moods, well, they aren't completely yours.
Seriously, you might look down at your hands right now, or catch a reflection in a mirror and think you're in total control. You say, my body, my thoughts, my choices, right? But what if I told you there's an entire, vast, hidden world inside you? A reality where all those choices and feelings are actually shared.
Section 1. The illusion of you. So there's this massive contrast between what we perceive and what's actually going on. On one side, there's the individual you believe you are, claiming absolute ownership over every single thought. But the hidden reality? You are literally a living planet. You play host to this crowded, bustling civilization of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and microbes. They're living on your skin, they're thriving in your mouth, and they heavily populate deep inside your gut. And the weirdest part? They aren't just along for the ride like some silent passengers.
Nope, these passengers are incredibly active. They actually send direct signals to your brain, they mess with your daily energy levels, and they even shape what you want to eat. So when you get that sudden midnight craving for sugar, it might not really be you making that choice. It might just be these tiny organisms whispering, feed us.
Section 2. A hidden living civilization.
This completely changes the game on who you think you are. You see, you aren't just one single life form. You're a partnership. Basically, you're a walking, breathing agreement between human cells and microbial life. It totally reframes your existence as this complex, thriving ecosystem. An ecosystem that absolutely 100% relies on these microscopic passengers to function properly. Because without these tiny organisms, your body literally wouldn't work. They've got essential jobs to do. They digest the food you eat, they actively train your immune system, and they protect you from dangerous outside invaders. Plus, maybe most importantly, they actually help your body figure out the critical difference between a friend and an enemy.
Section 3. Invaders in your DNA.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to look way back into deep time. We're talking millions of years ago when ancient viruses infected our ancestors. But here's the wild part. Instead of just passing through, some of these viruses actually left pieces of themselves permanently embedded right inside our DNA. And those pieces just stayed there, generation after generation after generation. Over time, that ancient viral DNA literally became part of our human inheritance.
So over millions of years of brutal survival, this incredible evolutionary shift happened. The dynamic just completely flipped. The enemy became our inheritance. The invader literally became our identity. The very things that used to attack us are now fully woven into the fabric of who we are today.
Meaning, when you look in the mirror tomorrow morning, just remember that you aren't looking at one clean, separate, isolated being. Not at all. You are looking at a living museum of history. You're seeing human cells, countless microbes, ancient viruses, and millions of years of survival, all of it somehow managing to live together under one single name.
Section 4. The Choir of Identity.
Okay, so if your late-night cravings belong to your gut bacteria, and your very DNA is basically a patchwork quilt shared with ancient viruses, then what exactly is you? Is it your brain, your memories, your DNA, your bacteria, your choices? It really makes you wonder, where does the organism actually end and the individual begin?
Well, the answer seems to be that you aren't a single solo voice at all. You're a whole choir. Your identity is this incredibly delicate, equal balance made up of your mind, your physical body, your microbes, your memories, and your internal chemistry. It's the whole shebang.
And most of the time, this insanely complex choir works together in perfect harmony. But sometimes, one part gets just a little too loud. Stress changes the body. The food you eat shifts your gut bacteria. A bad night's sleep messes with your hormones, and catching a bug throws off your mood. When that balance shifts, you might find yourself saying, man, I just don't feel like myself today. And you know what? That sentence is profoundly true. You've literally lost that delicate living balance.
When that balance changes, you change. Now, that doesn't mean you aren't real, it just means you're vastly more complex than you ever imagined. You aren't just some ghost controlling a biological machine. Instead, you're this rich, diverse ecosystem that's constantly learning how to speak, act, and just exist as one single person.
We might kind of recoil at first at the idea of ancient life and foreign microbes just living inside of us. It's a little creepy, right?
But the biggest takeaway here isn't just that this hidden world exists. The scariest, but honestly most beautiful truth, is that without this hidden civilization, you wouldn't even be you. Actually, scratch that. You wouldn't exist at all. So tonight, when you look down at your hands, I want you to remember this fascinating reality. Every single thought you have, every craving you feel, every emotion you experience, and every heartbeat in your chest, it all comes from a body that isn't solely yours. It's shared. So the very next time you feel down and think, I'm all alone, just remember, you have literally never been alone.
I want to leave you with this final, unforgettable thought. You are a universe, pretending to have one name. Seriously, if you're an entire bustling galaxy of cells, viruses, and microbes, all working together in secret, who is the you making your very next choice? Think about that as you go about your day. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring the universe inside you.